Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead. I want to talk to y'all today just a moment about okra. Here at Deep South, we raise two different kinds of okra. We raise the Louisiana Velvet and the Star of David okra. The Louisiana Velvet's already gone, but the Star of David, what I like about this okra is that when it comes on the pod as young, it's already this big. I mean, it comes on huge, but now the thing about the Star of David okra is it grows really rapid. This is 1 day old, this is 2 days old. If you don't pick it exactly at the right time, it's tough. One way, if you let this one go to day 3, this one here is too hard. So there's a few things I've learned about this okra. It's predominantly the okra that we grow down here because it is the best okra we've found for cutting up and frying okra. Okay, we're cutting up some here. We've done put up some bags of it. Might want to mention something else here about this okra. The reason we cut it up like this, not only is it for frying, but if you got soups or you're making gumbo or anything like that, okra is an excellent thickener. It helps to thicken up soups and gumbos and stuff like that. So, it has a lot of different uses for it. You can see we're cutting it here about 1/2 to 3/8 of an inch thick, so really good for using that way. You can see we got one bag there. We don't bread it or anything like that because as long as we just cut it up like this, we can use it for a lot of different things. And that's kind of the reason we do it that way. I like my okra a lot of times just boiled okra. And when you're using Star of David, you're going to want these smaller ones like this. And usually I'll take them, and you want to get this tough part off of the bottom of them here. And I'll just run it around like that. Cut this end off of here. You have to be careful that you don't puncture inside the okra because there's a gel stuff inside this okra that'll come out in your food that makes it kind of slimy. And some people don't mind that. I personally, it doesn't bother me. The liquid that's inside this okra is real good for the digestive tract. If you have some kind of digestive disorders, it's extremely good for that. It really helps soothe the stomach. Another thing about this Star of David okra, growing it down south, I've learned something. Star of David okra loves cool mornings and hot days. Really down here it doesn't do good except for in the very early part of the spring and later into the fall. During the summer months we get a little okra, but it's not much. But when it starts cooling off to say 58 to 65 degrees in the morning and it heats up like today, it's about 90 today, but the morning temps run about 68, somewhere around in there. This stuff flourishes and it really does good, and it allows us to stock up. I mean, we'll put as high as maybe 6-8 gallons of it up in the freezer to have. Now we do can some of it. As to how we can this and how we use it, a lot of people tell you can't can okra, but yes you can. You can can it and you can fry it after you can it. It's just a process you have to go through. But now when you go to start saving the seed from this, because this is seed we've saved for many years. Now this Star of David okra is an okra that was originated in Israel, and we really love it. When you save in the seeds, the pod will look something like this. It will begin to dry, but now if you leave this on the plant too long, these things open up and all the seeds fall out. There's a little tiny, every one of these ribs here is loaded with okra seeds. And we'll save them, let them dry, and that's how we get our seed for the next year. So, if you're going to plant Star of David okra, I would say that my northern friends who have cool mornings and warm days, that Star of David would be a real good okra for y'all. Down south here, predominantly I've learned here at Deep South Homestead, it's kind of an early spring and a fall okra. It will bear during the summer months, but it just doesn't seem to do as good. So, you know, I thought I'd throw that out there to y'all because we're always learning about different vegetables on our farm here and how they function and how they produce. You know, this come from a couple of little rows we have left in the bottom of the pasture down there. We actually planted it. It's in one of the food plots down there, and we still harvest the okra off of it till the deer get it this fall, and it gives us something to can and put up. But I thought I'd just throw this little short video out there and show y'all that this particular type of okra is a good okra to have on a homestead because it does do real good. It is an heirloom and it's very easy to grow, requires very little maintenance other than just keeping it picked on we pick ours every other day, because if you don't, this is 2 days. 3 days is too big, it's too tough. Hope y'all have enjoyed the video. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.